Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's morning short yet powerful training on how to get sales appointments. Sales appointments. If you are a B2B business professional or sales professional, if you've got something to sell or offer to another business or a business owner, this is the place to be. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So we are going to get started here in just a number of seconds. I think we're almost we are at the bottom of the hour. So let's start on time. So today's topic is one of my favorite topics. Before I get into it, though, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Ronan Rahman. Where are you, man?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good. Day after birthday.
I know I still have my decorations up in here. So I walked in after I kind of stopped work after my reverse birthday celebration yesterday. I had been throwing this confetti all around my office. And there's only one problem when you throw confetti around your office. It makes a heck of a mess to clean up. So it's all over the place in here. But it was fun. But anyway,
it was fun. It was really great.
I kept some of the balloons and streamers and my sign in the back just because I want the party to continue.
Yeah. Well, and there's always another birthday coming, right?
Well, I guess I could keep it up all year, although that might get a little strange. So,
yeah.
So
what's on tap for today?
On tap for today is my 3-point power profile. And this is one of my favorite trainings, techniques, etc., because we have seen, you and I, numerous times that by just implementing what I'm going to teach today, you can actually get qualified sales appointments without doing anything else. Now, it's not that you shouldn't do anything else, but this one thing that we're going to talk about today and teach today and show specifically how to do can, in fact, by itself generate a qualified sales appointment for your business. So take some notes. If you haven't already done so, get some paper out and a pen, and we will dive into this.
Right. And just before you get started, I just want to remind everybody, especially Kathy and Steve, who are joining us this morning, that we'll take questions. We'll do Q&A afterwards. If they have any questions, just pop it in the comments, and we'll get them answered.
Absolutely. We love comments. It helps keep us excited and motivated to give you more.
Absolutely.
And the more comments we get, the more bonus training I'll throw in. So there's lots of things we can talk about. All right.
Excellent.
So what and this is not complicated. All right. This is not rocket science. This is not, some complicated surgical procedure. Every one of you listening, whether you're live here with us or watching the replay, can absolutely do what we're going to be teaching today. And you could do it right away. You don't have to wait. You could literally complete this within the next 15 minutes after we're done. It's not that complicated. Don't overthink this. And at the same token, just because it's simple, do not underestimate its power. Okay, it is powerful, and I will do my best to give you the tools you need to make this happen. So 3-point power profile. You can implement this on any of your social media profiles. We are going to be using LinkedIn as our example for today, which is the area where we get most of our qualified business-to-business sales appointments. If you're not using LinkedIn extensively, you should. Let's just dive in. Ronan, can you pull up my LinkedIn profile and share that with the screen here? Social media profiles.
Absolutely.
We are going to be. Thank you. And I think I hear myself talking in the background, so you're probably listening to me on Facebook or something.
Yep.
While Ronan is pulling up my own LinkedIn profile, and I can pull it up too if you need. Oh, there you go. Wow, look at that. I love having a co-host.
Yes, I'm still mastering the technology. I have to let you know.
It's all good. You know what? I'll tell you, if you are out there doing a bunch of Zoom meetings and live sessions, having a co-host is really, really helpful. So it allows me to focus on the content and not worry about all the clicking of buttons and what have you. So anyway, just a tip completely off topic. But anyway, okay. So here's my LinkedIn profile. And if you're watching this on an iPhone or something really small, I apologize. You probably aren't going to be able to see everything, but you'll still understand the concept. So I'm going to tell you right now what the three things are, the 3 power point, the 3 point power profile, and then I'm going to go in each one of them a little bit more detail. So number one, most important, and this holds true for LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you have a profile, is your headline. And all of the social media platforms now allow you to customize your headline, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. The second most important part is your picture. It's called your profile image, your face, basically. That's number two. And number three, and this is really specific to LinkedIn, and that's your about section. And many of you do not even have your about section activated. Ronan, I noticed one thing. You've got a marketing message here from LinkedIn showing up where it says, would you go to questions or something about social media? Can you just X out of that? You're getting if you see down below my providing services right in the center, you've got some LinkedIn marketing message showing up. No, right below that. Just check that X box. There you go. Yeah.
Gotcha. There we go.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is what, and the reason I had you do that is because this is what most people are going to see when they go to someone's profile. So that marketing message was interfering with my training. All right, so let's talk about your headline first. You can see my headline here. If you can't see it, I'll read it to you. It basically says, speaker and investor, guaranteed appointments for CPAs, agencies, and B2B consultants seeking high net worth clients. Now, I'm not going to dissect the thought process today about why I wrote what I wrote in that headline, because I actually have another training that we did yesterday. You can go back and look at any of my social media feeds on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, et cetera, and see that. And that was called Market to Message Match Training. And that's where I go into depth on how to craft the perfect headline. So I'm not going to talk about the headline specifically, other than to tell you, you should have a custom headline that abides by the market to message match training that I did yesterday. And the reason this is so important to have a tailored headline, especially on LinkedIn, is anything you do on LinkedIn, when you make a connection request, when you comment on somebody else's post, when you send somebody a message through LinkedIn, when you post anything at all on LinkedIn, which we'll talk about in a moment, your headline follows you everywhere you go. And so even if you're just commenting on someone else's post, when you do, anyone reading that post and seeing your comment will immediately read your headline. And you want that headline to attract the ideal person into your life, into your business. And so if you write your headline in such a way that speaks to that individual, when you are commenting and connecting and doing anything on LinkedIn, especially, those people may bubble up and reach out to you. And that is why, as I said in the beginning, that just by following this 3-point power profile technique I'm giving you could in fact, and does in fact often, get you those appointments just by doing this. All right, so that's number one, is your headline. Ronan, anything you want to add there? Does anybody have any questions that's listening here live about what I'm talking about here, about this idea with your headline?
No questions, but I've directly experienced this. In my efforts to connect with people, that headline has me connect with the people that want to be, that I'm looking for. And I see it all the time. So I know how effective this part can be, because they know who I am. They know who I'm about, what I'm about. And they go, yeah, I'll connect with that guy.
And also, and I didn't talk about this yesterday, but I will mention it now. It also creates some curiosity, right? Mm-hmm. Like if someone reads, my headline, right? And they're a CPA, or they're an agency or a B2B consultant, and they have any interest at all in getting a sales appointment, it creates curiosity, and they go, I wonder what this guy's about. And they may click through and learn more about me. And that's where we get into the rest of the profile. So you want it to really speak to that ideal person and create that curiosity. Okay. Moving on to number two, which I mentioned earlier, which is your picture, your profile image. Okay. And that's that, in my case, this big smiley face you see there. which is a bit outdated, albeit. And I'm looking for a photographer to help me out with that. I actually have a few that I'm looking at doing to redo my profile photographs. But or in the industry, it's called a headshot, right? So you want to have a great looking headshot or profile photo of yourself. And let me give you the basic components of what I mean when I say a great photograph. A great photograph in this context includes the following. One, it's close up. I want to see you, right? You don't see a whole lot of my body in that image. And the reason for that is there's just not a lot of space. And oftentimes your profile photo is going to appear as a little teeny small little dot. Especially when you're doing comments or messaging people on social media. So you want that to be nice, close-up shot, well lit of your face because of how small it's going to be, especially on certain devices. So that's number one. Number two is you want to look like someone I want to connect with, like someone that's friendly, someone that is professional, someone that is nice. Someone that is welcoming, right? So you have to you want to combine professionalism with welcoming, right? Now, in my case, I'm a pretty jovial, happy, optimistic outlook kind of person. So I kind of over exaggerate my smile in my particular case, because when people end up meeting me, they're going to feel that energy. They're going to feel that. And I don't want them to be surprised. Like, oh my gosh, this is a different person than I thought I was going to be connecting with. Now, if you're more low key, maybe you're a little bit more in repose or serious, maybe you don't want to have that pronounced of a smile like I have in my profile photo. So make it personal to you and also make it friendly and make it welcoming. And then the last thing I'll say about the profile photo is nothing distracting in the background, right? Just a plain background is what you're looking for. In my case, I was at a studio, so they just, that was the background that was chosen for this particular photograph. But you don't want to have like bookcases or just distracting things in the background that people are going to be going, what's going on back there? What's going on back there? Unlike what I have here or you, right? Yeah. But for your profile photo, just leave it undistracting. So that's kind of the 3 points for the profile photo.
Right.
All right. Now, something that a lot of you probably have not heard before, or even have activated on your LinkedIn account is your about section. It used to be called the summary section. And I'm going to give you some tips about this. So number one, you have to activate it. It's not something that you will have as a default. So when you go to edit your LinkedIn profile, you'll have an option to show your about section. And your about section is for you to do whatever you want with. I'm going to let you in on what I do with my about section that has proven not just for me, but also for our clients to be really, really effective. And that is put things in there that other people are saying about you, testimonials, quotations from your clients or vendors or whoever you work with. And understand that the very first 3 lines only of your about section are going to appear on your profile page above the fold without them having to click the see more link. And so use those first 3 lines really, really effectively, because that's, again, going to create more curiosity and possibly get someone to either click on that see more link or want to connect with you or reach out to you. So in my case, I put one of my best testimonials from a client, Jack Cohen in this case, who also matches my intended audience from my headline. He happens to be a partner in a CPA firm, and I do business with lots of CPA firms. And so here is the beginning of a quotation from one of my clients saying how great I am, basically, because I can tell you how great I am. But if you hear it from someone else that's just like you, you're going to have a lot more, you're going to believe that a lot more than me saying it. And so, and it's also possible in this particular case, someone might reach out to Jack, right? And vet me out. And that's okay in this particular case. So really think strategically about those first 3 lines of that about section, because that's what people are going to see first in that area. Anybody have any questions about that, comments about that? Feel free to let us know. Even if this is just information that's useful for you, because I want to keep delivering. Ronan, do you have something to say?
I think that one of the mistakes that I see a lot of people make is that they make it about them, but from them, sort of like either bragging or just a bland kind of resume kind of profile kind of thing, and it just
Right.
doesn't land for people. It's like,
Right.
that's great. It doesn't speak to me, and I don't understand by looking at your resume how you would benefit me.
That's right. Yeah. Look at
And that's the
your,
missing.
no, I appreciate that. Yeah. And instead of looking at this as a resume, look at this as a sales page,
Mhm.
right? How would you best sell yourself to someone else? And there's really no better way in our view than having someone else speak on your behalf. And so that's why we use the testimonials there. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate the feedback. So before I get into a bonus, I'm going to give a bonus, if that's okay, a bonus fourth. I know this was called the 3-point power profile. I'm going to give a bonus fourth. But before I do, I want to announce we have a deep dive masterclass coming up this Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to go in a much greater detail, not just on how to get your profile up to speed, but everything that you need to generate qualified B2B sales appointments, just like the way we do it in our business and just like we do for our clients. And we're going to give you our entire process. It's going to be about an hour and 15-minute masterclass this Friday. You can register. Ronan put the link up right there at realappointmentsvip.com. It's completely free. We're not selling you anything. It's not some disguised way to close you on a big deal. It truly is training for you. Because we want to help you get results with this. We want to help you have some success with this. So if you're interested in that, go to realappointmentsvip.com, sign up for it. And we look forward to it. Also, when you do, we're going to be giving you our workbook. So when you sign up, make sure you download and print that workbook out, have that ready, because we're literally going to be going through it. By the end of that masterclass, you will have a 7-day specific action plan for you to get your next qualified appointment in whatever business that you're in. So it's going to be a really good training. Please join us if you can make it. Can I repeat do you repeat the recommendation? All right. So we're getting some questions here before I get into the bonus.
Yeah.
Do you repeat that recommendation in the recommendation section? Oh, I see. So I think you're referring to the testimonial and putting that into the recommendation section of LinkedIn. If that's what you're referring to, Steve, yes. And getting LinkedIn recommendations from other people is also a great thing to do and a powerful way to beef up your LinkedIn profile. So and those will show up on the front of your profile as well. The challenge that I have, well, not challenge, but the reason I like the about section better is because it's above the fold. The recommendations that you get on LinkedIn are there, and if someone really is going to check you out, they may find those. But the other thing you can do, and I don't know if this is what you're referring to, Steve, if you get a recommendation from someone on LinkedIn, there's nothing wrong with highlighting that at the top of your about section, right? Just literally cut and paste it and put it up there. All right. But when you make that choice, choose the most powerful, relevant two lines from the best recommendation you have to put at the very top, because that's what people will see above the fold. So absolutely. In fact, this Jack Cohen quote isn't even something that he posted on LinkedIn. This was actually something he posted on Yelp about me. And I just transformed it over here to LinkedIn. So,
right. So the short answer is yes, you can use one of your LinkedIn recommendations up in the about section, or you can use it from other platforms.
That's right.
Is the best thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, Steve.
Just one last question. Kathy was asking if we're going to be recording.
Oh, the workshop this Friday. Yeah, if you register, Kathy, we will provide a copy of the recording only to those that have registered for the event. So go ahead and register, and then we'll have your email and we'll send it to you. I think I already have your email, but
right.
But yeah, that would just remind us to make sure you get that. Okay, so the fourth bonus in my 3-point power profile is this. You'll notice on my profile here, I have these featured posts right below my about section. And although they don't always appear at the top of the fold or below the fold anyway, people do see these. So if you are posting on LinkedIn, which you should be doing, if you're posting on LinkedIn, you can designate a post to be featured. And when you do that, it pulls it up to the top of your, closer to the top of your profile. And so if there's posts that you have out there that you want people to see and notice about you, by all means, designate them as a featured post, because if you don't, it actually is kind of hard to see looking at just your profile, what it is you're posting on LinkedIn. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll select certain things to be featured, and then I'll unselect them when I don't want them to be featured anymore. So as you can see here, the last thing I featured was my reverse birthday party from yesterday, just because it was fun and I was in a fun mood. I'll probably unfeature that later on today, and maybe I'll put the recording of this up there instead. But so just use that featured post section to help drive attention to whatever it is you want to have driven for when people check out your LinkedIn profile. So that is a bonus fourth LinkedIn profile tip for everybody. And thanks for tuning in. If anybody has any questions, please ask. Otherwise, I think we'll end this call. And you're welcome, Kathy. And if you're interested in really going deep with us and going through our masterclass, where we're going to teach you exactly what we do to generate guaranteed sales appointments, show up this Friday and register at realappointmentsvip.com. And that's it. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Excellent. And we'll be back again tomorrow.
Indeed, we will.
New topic, new day. All right. Bye, everybody.